Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another full day of food. I believe the boys have been down here to have breakfast and the girls have not yet. That's usually how our mornings go. The boys are always awake before the girls, but I'll show you what they're having for breakfast. Elijah got up and sliced some bread. I'm just looking at this like, good job, Elijah. He did a great job slicing that today. There's a bit of a learning curve in learning how to slice a loaf of bread. So the kids are having toast, and then with their toast they always either have yogurt, so we're finishing up some of this strawberry yogurt, either yogurt or banana, something on the side when they have toast for breakfast. I got up this morning, worked out, showered, and so now I just got out of the shower. I'm gonna go get myself a little bit ready for the day, and then I'll come back downstairs and make my smoothie for breakfast, so I'll show you that in a little bit. The girls are finally down here having breakfast. I need to encourage some kids to come and do some breakfast cleanup, but I did just make myself my smoothie. This smoothie I make with almond milk, cottage cheese, frozen strawberries, some vanilla whey protein powder, and I always put a scoop of collagen in there as well. And so I just throw that all in the Vitamix, blend it, super quick, super easy, and so delicious. I just poured myself a coffee, forgot that it was hazelnut French vanilla in there, which is an amazing, delicious coffee, but it's a lighter roast, so I put a little more cream in than I usually would. But that is my first coffee today. Elijah's asking me, wait, I didn't have a coffee yesterday. Now that Elijah's 13, I told him that he can have a coffee once a week, right?
Yeah.
He usually does that on the weekend, but you forgot. Yeah. So if you want to get yourself a coffee right now, that is fine. Actually, you've probably never tried the hazelnut French vanilla. Go try it. Go try it. You'll like it. So like I said, this is my first coffee. I do typically, so in the like fall and winter, I'll have more coffees than I would in the summer. In the summer, I'll drink this, and this will last me like all morning long. And then I will probably have like 1 or 2 more just like small mugs of coffee throughout the day. Although last week was a really hot, humid week, and this week is a little bit cooler, so I might be tempted to have a little bit more coffee. I had the windows open this morning because I was like, let's get some nice fresh air in this house. The kids got up and very quickly were like, Mom, it's cold down here, and closed all the windows. So a more mild day makes a big difference after having such a hot week. Well, the child who had breakfast 2 hours before some of the other kids, not surprisingly, is hungry for a snack. You need help opening this?
Yeah.
And I think I need 2 hands to open this.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
Here we go.
How many can they have?
I don't know. Probably like 2 or 3.
Okay.
Show me what you have on your feet today. I was talking about it being a little cooler today. Wesley came downstairs with a t-shirt, shorts, and some fuzzy winter socks. Quite the outfit. I just pulled some cinnamon raisin bagels out of the freezer this morning, so I'm going to toast those up for lunch as well as slice up some apples. I really like cinnamon raisin bagels with cream cheese, and most of the kids do too, but I have one that does not like cream cheese, so he'll probably just have butter and honey on his or something. Also, the kids have definitely snacked on some fruit this morning. I just bought bananas a few days ago, and I think on this last grocery haul I said, oh, my kids haven't been eating as many bananas, and so I bought fewer bananas. We have gone through those bananas so quickly. I don't know what it is about bananas, but we go through these phases where we eat a lot and then we eat a little. So all that to say, there have been quite a few bananas eaten this morning, and I think there's only one left in the fruit basket. I had plans to make some steel cut oats for breakfast either tomorrow or the next day with bananas in it, but all of a sudden I'm down to 1 banana, so we'll see if that happens, but I'm gonna go ahead and get these bagels toasted. There are the bagels I toasted and cream cheesed and then just sliced in half. I sliced up some apples, and then I just put some cashews and almonds into a bowl here. Something else to munch on, because this is exactly a bagel per person. This is 5 bagels here. So I think that should be enough, but if we're still hungry, you know, something else to fill us up. And then for one child, just having a buttered bagel, so that needs to go to the table. We also are having orange juice at lunch. Usually we have juice at breakfast. Well, there's mine. I just drink water. The kids usually have juice at breakfast, but there was none made this morning, so they had milk, and now we're having juice at lunch. It's just about time to get dinner going, but first I want to quickly get something together for snack. I have this habit of, you know, come mid-afternoon thinking, I'm not really that hungry yet, I'll just wait till dinner. But then what happens, without fail, is that as I'm cooking dinner, I'm like, oh, I'm actually really hungry, and so I just grab something and I start munching on things, and it's just something quick and easy, and I'm not like prepping something good for snack. So I just went outside and picked some blueberries. Yes, we have blueberries in our front yard and they are delicious. So I am just going to, not all of them, but I probably should have picked through and found the most dark blue ones. You can see some of them there are not like terribly ripe. I'm just going to take some of this plain yogurt, probably most of what's left there, maybe all that's left there. I'm gonna need a spatula to get all of it out, but I will mix that together with some honey, and then we can all have something healthy for our snack today. That should be enough for everybody. I did end up using all the rest of the blueberries actually, sweetened with honey, and I also added some vanilla. Now it's time to get started on dinner. Like I said earlier in today's video, it is a little bit more mild today, and so I am really looking forward to turning on the oven and having something hot for dinner after these past couple weeks where we've been having just cool foods and just quick and easy dinners. So I have some pork chops here I took out of the freezer, and they've just been sitting there defrosting this afternoon. But before those cook, I am going to cook up, see it back there with all the yogurt dishes. We've got potatoes and sweet potatoes and carrots, and so I'm gonna do like some roasted veggies, and I do roasted potatoes often, but I decided to find a recipe today. Once in a while, I just like to switch things up and try different recipes. So this recipe is potatoes and carrots, and it uses some different spices than I typically use. I usually use either olive oil or coconut oil, and this recipe uses butter. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna get all those veggies prepped. Those go into the oven first, and then I will show you what I do with the pork chops. Okay, I did not realize we had ripe raspberries as well. Those look so good. Charity found those outside and stuck them into her yogurt. Those look so good. I did not realize they were already ripe. Are they good?
Yeah.
So good. I've got all my veggies chopped here. I was thinking that I would fit it all into one pan for some reason, and then I doubled it, and it obviously doesn't fit on one pan, so my oven's gonna be really full when these are in. Hello, mister. When these are in and the pork chops are in, but I just finished buttering or melting my butter on the stovetop, and to my butter I need to add some garlic, parsley, salt, thyme, and pepper, and then I'll pour the whole mixture over the potatoes here. I put all my spices in, so I'm just gonna whisk it together now. That garlic smells good. I didn't measure my veggies really closely, so I hope this is enough of a butter mixture for how much I'm rethinking this. Like, should I actually mix it all in a bowl? Okay, we'll try this. I'll pour half of it in here, half of it here or so. A lot of the garlic is on the bottom, so that probably would have made sense to do this in a big bowl instead. But I'll just use this lifter here. Oh, that actually looks like plenty of butter. I just have to make sure everything is coated. The oven is on right now to 400 degrees, and this is supposed to cook for 30 to 45 minutes. The veggies are in the oven, and so now for this pork chop recipe I'm gonna do. I started cooking pork chops like this in the last few months, probably during the winter or something, and they are so good, and I've done it many times since. We do barbecue the pork chops a lot during the summer months, but for today I'm gonna bake them. Really big fat Costco pork chops. So you want to put them in a pan where they're pretty snug together. You don't want lots of extra room. And then I am going to pour some olive oil. Not too much, but a bit of olive oil there. Now, my recipe says to put on top of these onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, oregano, and paprika. I'm out of paprika, and so because of that, I'm just gonna do salt, pepper, oregano, and then this spice I have from Costco, which is so tasty. Like, even just smelling it, it smells so, so good. And so I figure, instead of the onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm gonna use this instead. And I used to use measurements, but I've made it enough times and realized that the amount you use doesn't make a huge difference. Once all my spices are on, then I'm just gonna, with my fingers, just kind of press those in so that they stick. And then I turn the pork chops over and I repeat a little bit of olive oil, although that seems like lots of oil. I might just do a little bit more oil and then repeat with all those spices. And then these go into the oven. So the recipe says to do 7 minutes per ½ inch. So if you look at these, those are about 2 inches. So once I figured out that timing, this recipe has been golden. When I first started making this recipe, I would sometimes take them out of the oven and like, okay, they're not quite done, put them back in. But now that I know 28 minutes for these Costco size ones, that works well. Here are the pork chops. They come out perfectly every time. This recipe, well, both recipes, I will definitely put in the description box. This one is a keeper. You'll want to try that one. And this recipe, I haven't tried it yet. Well, okay, I mean, I ate a couple potatoes out of here. And it's good, but I want to kind of eat it as a whole. But that is going to be our dinner. Those potatoes were delicious. Even the youngest kids were saying, oh, these are so yummy, Mom. Which is bizarre, because that never really happens with the youngest two, especially. But we're just heading out this evening. I'm having myself another large coffee because I haven't had any coffee since this morning, so one more large coffee for me. And the kids are kind of grabbing snacks as we go out because we're gonna be out for a good over 3 hours for Elijah's baseball game. Pick 2 snacks out of...
2 chickens out of the chicken.
There's 2 chickens out of the chicken coop? Okay, well, we'll take care of that. But first, Elijah will go take care of that. You go get 2 snacks there. So everyone's just picking a couple snacks out that we can have later on. Yep, I just bought this at Costco. Okay, so we're just going quick, easy. Oh, I didn't realize we have some of these left. I'm gonna stick this in my purse because the kids, I bought this thinking the kids would like it. They don't, but it's actually pretty good and healthy. So each of the kids are just gonna pick a couple things. Charity, chocolate chip bar, and applesauce. Looks good. It's a big choice. I'm ending my evening with a bowl of this addicting Chicago mix from Costco. Once I actually open the bag, I have such a hard time resisting it for a yummy bedtime snack. Thanks for watching.